What's up, Ozones? Welcome to the Ozone and welcome to another Gravity Falls video. Today we are decoding Book of Bill once again. This is episode 2 and I'm thinking this is probably going to be the last video that you see doing all of this. Next time I think you'll probably see me in a live stream, and so we're going to try and get through the rest of the codes today, and anything that we can't do today we will try and do in that live stream, and that will be a lot of fun. And then it's to the website. Woohoo! So a few things. First of all, I think I'm close. I think I'm almost onto something with the mug stains, and we will get onto that first after a few other things. But that's the first thing I want to solve today, because I think I'm genuinely onto something. I've had to think about it over the past like 3 or 4 days where I haven't been recording, and I think I have some ideas on where to go with it. Second thing is Alex Hirsch actually just announced something really cool, and I will show you that in a minute too. But the first thing, or the third thing, I don't know. The first thing that I don't freaking know. Basically, there is a special edition of not Journal 3, Book of Bill. We're past Journal 3. There's a special edition of Book of Bill that I didn't realize existed, and it has 16 extra pages. It's a Barnes & Noble edition. It's kind of stupid, by the way. It's kind of stupid. I don't have a Barnes & Nobles, so how am I supposed to get it? You know, but oh well. 16 extra pages that I have found some pictures of online. So we can have a look at that right now. You know, it probably makes more sense to begin with the actual news. I posted this on Twitter, so go and follow me on Twitter and you'll see updates and stuff. But Alex Hirsch came in randomly with this video. This was, I'm going to say it's today because I only saw it today, but it was technically 23 hours ago. Maybe I was asleep 23 hours ago. Coming this fall. I mean, look at it. Whoa! Glow in the dark. It's a green cover. It's pretty cool. There you go. So that is your teaser. I believe there is also a pre-order place. A pre-order place. There you go. Let's have a look. We can have a look. I was going to say Amazon, but it might show my address. Here we go. About the Book of Bill limited collector's edition. Is there a horrifying screaming inside your head? Do you want it to get louder? Well, you're in luck. The Book of Bill, the #1 New York Times bestseller, is back in a limited collector's edition that will make all the other books on your shelf jealous. This time, Bill's Cipher has blessed you with rare special extras, including a cursed glow-in-the-dark collector's slipcase and an exclusive cover variant in undead green, a beautiful double-sided poster, a sticker sheet of Bill tattoos, and a collection of 4 keepsake postcards. Now, I know that those are going to have some lore or something, but that's pretty cool. It's really cool that they're doing this sort of thing. Like, doesn't this just look... It looks sick. It looks really cool. I really want it. However, at the same time, I don't know if there's going to be extra content in it. Like, there's nothing here indicating that it's going to be like a blacklight edition of Book of Bill or something. So I don't really know if I want to cop it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. It looks cool, certainly. But I don't know. I like my standard Book of Bill. I think it's pretty cool. And I think red is a good color, although green is sick. But I mean, we're talking about colors here. Red, green. What goes with red and green? That's right, yellow. So basically, there is a Barnes & Noble's edition of Book of Bill, and it is this. And there are 16 extra pages. I found this Tumblr post by Cryptic Cozy Corner. Thank you so much for these photos. And nothing too crazy in terms of lore, they say, but they are very fun. So let's have a look. So this we have seen already. These horrible heads. I might as well do this. There we go. These horrible heads we've seen before. I remember the Cruncher, Slicey Dicey, Mr. Swells, everything like that. But then after that, I don't remember this page at all. So there's a skull And it's got Book of Bill in the nose. That's a cool photo. I like that. Ways to reach me. The Fun Phone. In 1953, the company Do Not Swallow Toys created a fun phone, which is molded from cheap plastic and discarded hog bones. The toy was a hit, until parents realized it could be used to summon beings from realms beyond understanding. The phones were immediately recalled and put in a landfill in Michigan. If you ever find one of these at a garage sale, dial 333 to get my private line. It's half of 666, by the way. Half of the devil's number. Spirit board, nothing like a good old-fashioned occult slab of wood. These things have a good chance of reaching me depending on the dimensional reception in your area. Just invite over someone you've been looking for an excuse to touch hands with and get wild. Cons, your grandma would disown you when she sees this. Pros, her cookies are terrible. Go back to culinary school, Doris. But my name is Dolores. That's a cool one. This is obviously a Ouija board. I like how it says Cipher Dream Oracle. I mean, an oracle we know now is somebody who the gods talk through or something. Not necessarily gods, but what was it? Not like a heretic, but kind of like the opposite. A seraphim, maybe? No, I don't know. But like, the gods talk through oracles, so I guess this would be an oracle because the dead are talking through it. So it's in the same way, it's sort of like a communicator between the mortal and the, I don't know, I was going to say immortal, but dead people aren't immortal, I guess. Burning a letter. If you write a letter in blood and burn it, it will reach me, but I got to warn you, I've got billions of fan letters, so it might take another trillion years for me to read it. Regular payphone. I can also be reached by any ordinary payphone if you simply dial the entirety of pi. It's not that hard to remember. The final digit is 2. 3.14159265. I guess 3.141592. That would be it, right? No. Pi is infinite. I like that joke, though. I'm sad that didn't... Well, actually, I say it didn't make it into the final version, but obviously this is a final version. It's just a special edition. Summoning Circle. Know anyone else with a copy of this book? Get 10 pals in a circle and simply chant, bad idea, as loud as you can. Works best in historical places with lots of rules and security, like Stonehenge. Great. So Stonehenge is a summoning circle now. Cool. Cults. I can tell by the way you keep turning pages, nodding feverishly, and giving me your blood that you're ready to be my next follower. I thought you'd never ask. I've had countless fan clubs throughout human history. I call them Cypher's unquestioning leagues of total sanity, or cults for short. But most of them died out, were busted up by the FBI, or got a little too creative with their beverage mixes. Rip Cypher's Gate. What is a cult? In human hands, a cult is a toxic fandom for some mediocre guy who failed out of marketing school and started making commercials for himself. Cults promise the big answers to everything, and then just reheat a bunch of old fortune cookies phrases and try to pass it off at a steak dinner. But in my hands, a cult is a revolutionary way to find meaning and purpose in a snappy outfit. One time in the 1950s, I created a cult that was so popular it almost overthrew the entire state of Kansas, but those pesky state troopers got in the way. Don't believe me? Keep an eye out at your next flea market for relics of the Church of Cyphertology. Bill fact, the Cyphertology brain seismograph, meter left, had dials for gullibility, financial liquidity, celebrity influence, herbs and spices. A seismograph, that's to measure P and S waves, I believe, which is like earthquakes, I think at least. Am I right? No. Maybe. I don't know. Gullibility is like believing things easily. Financial liquidity is like cash is the most liquid thing you can have. Celebrity influence, herbs and spices. Cool. I like Church of Cyphertology, that's good. What do we have here? Okay, we have like a flyer, like a leaflet. Are you depressed, lonely, feeling hopelessly weighed down by a soul and wallet that's become too heavy? Buddy, you've come to the right pamphlet. That's the word, pamphlet. Sounds like you need Cyphertology, TM. Can you draw Cyphy? Example, you try. Maze. Start. Family. Oh. I don't know what that says. Skepticism. Skepticism. It says skepticism. You go around here and then around here. And then you can't get the family, so you go around, and then you come back in, and then you go around, and then... Wait, I went the wrong way. It's really easy. You just go down here, through here, up here, around, and then into here, and then you're there. There we go. Did you pass? Read on. Questions. Call our lawyers at Caesar at Bash and Visionaire. Caesar at Bash and Visionaire. That's great. I can't read the rest, unfortunately, but that's a really funny joke. Call our lawyers at Caesar at Bash and Visionaire. Break free from, again, something I can't quite read. Hi, I'm honest Silas Birchtree, and everything I'm about to tell you is true. First, I am a living human man and not a corpse possessed by a demon. Second, when I was 31, I developed cancer. When I was 3, I developed cancer of the face and was hit by a train. Doctors said I would never jitterbug again. But using the secrets of Cyphertology, I fully healed myself, made $1 million, and married Miss Iowa, 1951. Isn't she gorgeous? My secret isn't complicated, but it is guarded only for those smart and brave enough to seek it out. It is not a scheme, it's a pyramid. That's funny, because one time I made a joke when we were playing Monopoly, and I said, somebody said, teach Ozone what a pyramid scheme is, and he'll win. And then I said, I know what a pyramid is. It's the thing where you've got things on the bottom, and then it gets smaller as it goes up. And then he was like, that's just a pyramid, Ozone. It was the best clip ever. But yeah, it's not a scheme, it's a pyramid, referring to the pyramid scheme. Are you ready to learn secrets that no one could possibly put a price on? Then send exactly $400 in cash to Cyphertology headquarters, Orchard Lane, Kansas, 618-3333. Cyphertology. He won't tar because they're cowards. They won't tax us. No, I don't know. They won't tax us because they're cowards. I don't freaking know what that says. I can't quite read it. More moral dilemmas. This is cool. By the way, I did see the cipher on the other one, but we haven't got round to doing that one yet. I think that's probably going to come from Journal 3's cipher. So we will do that. Oh no! An old-fashioned trolley car is careening out of control. The trolley problem. It's headed straight for a moral dilemma. Someone's tied 5 rubes to the tracks, where they would surely die from hit in the face by a trolley syndrome. But looky here, there's a lever you can pull to divert the trolley onto the second track, where it will only kill 1 person. Do you sacrifice 1 life to save 5, or let 5 die so you don't feel responsible for one's death? Decisions. If you thought morality was confusing before, try answering these dilemmas. I love how... But looky here, like, it's so informal, it's so funny. Trolley A, a good trolley who is going in the right direction in life, is about to collide with Trolley B, a rebellious bad boy trolley from the wrong side of the tracks. No matter what lever you pull, Trolley A is going to start dating Trolley B because she thinks she can change him. But Trolley B has a tattoo of the words damaged daddy on his bumper. Do you get them into a fight that will break them up, or do you just let her throw her life away? What if they have bumper cars together? It's basically over for her. This is a great page. A sick Lamborghini is Tokyo drifting toward a bunch of people in a cool-as-hell street race that will determine who is king of the streets. You can pull a lever, saving the people, but this will end the race, and Vin Diesel will never learn a lesson about family. Oh, this is great. A trolley is going to run you over in anywhere from 5 seconds to 90 years. There's no way to stop it or predict when it's going to arrive, but you can pull a lever to decide which streaming service to watch while you're waiting to be brutally crushed to death. Don't worry, there's so much great content to watch. You'll never have to think about what's eventually coming. That reminds me a bit of the immortal snail. The snail that always follows you in life, and then if it hits you, like if it touches you, you die instantly. Yet another trolley is headed for another group of people tied to a railroad track. You can pull a lever, diverting the trolley to crash into a brick wall. Sound like an easy choice? Think again. The trolley is pregnant. 7 months. She's already picked out a name for the baby trolley. Trollina. She's even bought little baby trolley shoes. It's okay. Take a deep breath. There's no harm in mulling this over for a minute, right? Okay. This is the Calamitrolley, an unstoppable killing machine made from hundreds of trolleys. Your inability to make a decision has caused trolleys from countless hypothetical scenarios to mutate into a being of pure moral destruction. His lust for human blood can no longer be quenched by mere theory. He needs practice. He's going to run over everyone in the world. Why couldn't you have just made a decision faster? Oh my god, look out your window! It's Calamitrolley! He found you! Run! Wait, it's not too late. There's one last lever you can pull that would divert the Calamitrolley's path into a wormhole, sending him back in time to kill Socrates so he never invents these stupid moral dilemmas, saving your life and freeing philosophy majors to finally go outside and experience what human touch feels like at long, long last. Hurry, pull it now. It's the only way. Socrates must die so that you will live. That's one of my favorite pages, and I can't believe it's in the special edition of the book. That is freaking amazing. I wish there was like a full... I know there's a trolley problem game that we could potentially stream or something, but I know it doesn't go like too crazy. It only does like... It does a lot of trolley problems, and then it goes into like self-driving cars and stuff like that. But it's nothing crazy. I love crazy moral dilemmas. I think they're really cool. And I love learning about paradoxes and things like that. I love learning about things like Ship of Theseus and what's that one called? What is it called? Roko's Basilisk. That's a thought experiment which I like. It genuinely scares me, especially with the upcoming AI that we have. So yeah, really cool stuff. Mind control. You are getting very, very gullible. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as mind control. There's also no such thing as gaslighting. You might as well just turn the page. Bye! Still here? Okay, that was to weed out the suckers and pawns. You'll be controlling their minds first. Here's how. How to hypnotize anyone. Just point this book at whoever you want to brainjack, spin it, and repeat the word hypnotize over and over. After about 13 minutes, you'll be the one with the keys to their brainmobile, and you can get them to do whatever your sick mind desires. Does controlling someone's every thought sound like a big responsibility? Not to worry. I know another driver you can trust. Okay. Look at this. Right. Used brain. That junk could be my new ride. Oh, God. Why possession could be right for you. Sick and tired of having a body, the exhaustion, the aches and pains, that one super gross part that no one wants to look at. You know the part. Being trapped in a cage of dying meat is a terrible fate, but you're in luck because I know a guy who can take those hands off your hands. Being possessed is a fast and painless way to be free of all your responsibilities, and best of all, you can do it on your sleep. For the low, low price of your free will, you can get no more pain, no more responsibilities, a vacation in the mindscape, eerie glowing eyes that never blink, birds to randomly drop dead whenever you enter the room, testimonials, being possessed was horrible. I'm still finding mystery bruises, and when I see marionettes now, I throw up. Dipper Pines, totally just joking. Take a walk on the wild side, possession demonic. Or demonic possession. Okay. What's gotten into you? Oh my god, this is so creepy. Did you know I'm not the only unholy being that can possess a human form? Differences in signs of possession can be subtle. Can you tell who is being possessed by what? He's being possessed by some cryptology. As you can see, there's loads of symbols on his face. I hope that's not something I have to solve or anything. She's being possessed by Australia. He's being possessed by Bill Cipher. He's being possessed by Dracula. She's being possessed by a zombie. She's being possessed by Dipper Pines. Answers. Oh wow. A sorcerer, a ghost, yours truly, a vampire, a zombie, a fandom. Okay, cool. Want me to possess you? You've let corporations, influencers, and the CIA into your head. Why not just give this demon a try? It's easy. Just fill out this form, cut it out, eat it, and wait for me to come to you in your dreams. Note, possession may result in memorable new experiences, heightened popularity, incredible superpowers, and uncontrollable bleeding from your right eye. Enjoy the new party trick. Please, I want Bill Cipher to possess me. Name, head size, reason for wanting to abdicate free will, favorite random location to wake up in, favorite random fluid to wake up covered in. Wow. This just keeps going. This is a lot of content, actually. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. A few more pages. Holidays. What do you call a mistake you make every year? A tradition. To fill up the empty space in their pointless lives, humans invented holidays, special days on the calendar marked by human sacrifices or ugly sweaters, depending on the century. But holidays don't have to be all tinsel and your uncle crying in the kitchen for some reason that no one will talk about. They can be fun. In my travels through the multiverse, I've discovered amazing holidays superior to yours in every way. Here they are. Celebrate them or die. Nothing day. A day where you can give the gift of nothing, do nothing, and mark the date by cutting a giant hole in your calendar. I briefly knew a howling void. He keeps talking about a howling void. There was another page in the book. Oh, where was it? It was right at the beginning, right? It was pretty much, yeah, it was here. Is it true you once dated a howling void? How many times am I going to have to hit this one? He dated a howling void. So he dated a howling void. He dated Bloody Mary, and he also dated freaking the Oracle. So those are his 3 X's right there. 3 X's for a 3-sided shape. I briefly knew a howling void, and she insisted that this was a real holiday and was very offended when I suggested that she was making it up just to get out of work. Nothing day traditions, nothing day food, our favorite nothing day Garrel. Paradoxmas. Celebrate all things contradictory with Paradoxmas, which is every day and no day at all. Remember to put up the Paradoxmus Ouroboros and leave out milk and cookies for Schrodinger's cat. If he sees his shadow, you get 3 more days of Paradoxmus. If he doesn't, he's dead. Well done, good jokes. The Ouroboros is of course the snake eating its own body. I get its own tail. So it's like the cycle of it's like getting lost in yourself. It's like an infinite cycle of just like losing oneself. I don't know. And then Schrodinger's cat is another thought experiment by Erwin Schrödinger. And he proposed that in a quantum state, if you have a quantum box and a quantum cat, I don't know why he chose a cat, by the way. If you have a quantum cat and a quantum box and you give it a 50% chance of dying, then what is the state of the cat, right? And he said that in a quantum state, if everything is in a quantum state and you can't observe it, then it is both dead and alive until you observe it. So that's just like, yeah, it's paradoxical, but from the laws of quantum physics, it makes sense. It's really weird. Weird Maversary. Remember the magic of seeing a millionaire get his face rearranged? Yes. Relive that moment each year with Weird Maversary. To celebrate, simply do one upsettingly weird thing, something no one's ever done before, ideally in public. Just don't forget a weird anniversary present for that special someone in your life. This weird anniversary, give her your own head. The traditional weird anniversary treat, Bill Nog. Ingredients: nog, Bill, whisper it's nog time into a glass to make drink congeal. Pour directly onto face. Hit your boss with a card day. Legally, I'm not allowed to say what you're supposed to do on this day, but you're smart. You'll read between the lines. Honk honk. Pain day, the day where you collect as much pain as possible, also known as Christmas. Great. Okay. Oh, interesting. Secret facts. They will not teach you these facts in school. If anyone asks you where you learnt these from, give them a flirty wink and say, I'll never tell. If they ask again, say, buy me dinner first, cowboy. If they ask a third time, pull their spine out through their mouth. Puppets, The Last Puppet, 1622. Is that Elmo? Oh my gosh. All puppets were once living, breathing organisms, but the entire population was hunted to extinction by the Dutch in the 1600s. I'm sure that's not true. Every puppet you've seen is just a skinned pelt from an extinct puppet's corpse. Puppet milk tasted incredible, but you'll never know. Minnesota. Minnesota isn't real. Or Minnesota. Is it Minnesota or Minnesota? It looks like Sota. I don't think I've ever really said it. Minnesota isn't real. Never existed, never will. Everyone keeps pretending because it sounds like a real place, right? But if you try to go to that spot on the map, you'll wind up in the East Dakota, which is real and very depressing. What? You don't believe me? How are you going to prove me wrong, huh? By actually going to Minnesota? Ha! We both know you're never going to do that. If you're currently saying, but I live in Minnesota, I've got bad news. Your last 12 years aren't real. You're in a coma, Chris. Wake up, Chris. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up! Right then. Secret numbers. Did you know there are secret numbers the mathematicians are hoarding to themselves? It's true. They are Threvin, Twive, 00, Snix, Blondine, Hunch, Zorblo, and Hyevs. Can you believe you've been missing out on these beauties? Right. So it's 3 and 7, so it's Threvin, 2 and 5, so Twive, 00 is just 2 O's. Snix is a 6 and a 9, I guess. Blondine is it's just that, I guess. Hunch doesn't make sense either. Zorblo looks like the eye of Horus. And Hyevx looks a bit like a snake, to be honest. You've probably never heard of them because they're only mentioned in the textbooks. In the textbooks are very, very rich children. Sorry, pal, if your friend Michele forgot to invite you to her sweet Blondine birthday, it's because you weren't loaded enough to hear about it. They're watching you. There's a studio audience in a parallel dimension that's been watching you your whole life, and they laugh every time you embarrass yourself. You hear that? They're laughing right now. Hello. Oh, sorry. Hello. There's the camera. Hello. Secret menu. Go to any burger restaurant, order a King's Despair. When they say they've never heard of a King's Despair, tell them the Lord is displeased and stroke your chin 3 times. They will click their heels and say, good sir, and bring you one incredibly massive French fry the length and width of a champion lumberjack's arm. This fry is yours to eat, but if you ever tell anyone about this, the store will disappear and never come back. That's really funny. And then this is the last one. Messages on your TV. Someone's hand, no further information. You want it or not? Triangulate. This new scent by Bill Cipher will have everyone in the room asking, what died in here? You'll never tell. Remember, it's not triangle, it's triangulate. Like from TV. It's good. It's great. I love when they just make fun of like adverts and different pieces of media. It's really funny. Someone's hand has a 30-day trial only. Scrubber Bill, you've done things, terrible things, things that you can never wash away. Unless you use the Scrubber Bill, this miracle scrubber that works on glass, non-stick coatings and granite, wood, stainless steel and bone. Flush delivery available. Plastic card, quadruple A, and Bill Cipher. Okay, cool. Order now, 1-800-555-Cipher9. Have you ever listened, really listened, to the static in your TV? No one believes me on this one, but there's something going on in there. Hold your ear up to the monitor, flip between the stations, wait for the white noise to become deafening. Listen. Do you hear them? Is that a clue? That might be a clue to the website. Remember when we first looked at the website? We were flicking through, like we kept on pressing the button, and the static kept changing. So maybe there is something in the audio for the static. So maybe we should go back there and have a look at that. I'm also seeing... That's weird. I'm seeing some squares. Like, it's obviously part of the glitch, but I'm seeing some colored squares. And I am crazy enough to say that could be a cipher, but I haven't seen it anywhere else. So maybe today, maybe it is a cipher, but I don't know how I would figure that out. That's insane if that's a cipher. Maybe we should go back through the book and see if it is actually, if there's anywhere else where that exists, because that would be really interesting to solve. I don't even know how I would go about solving that. I don't even know if I can before I get onto the website. Will the website tell me how to solve it? Maybe we can maybe try to brute force it, but I don't know about that. I don't even know if it's a thing. There could be a cipher here as well. That's the thing. Whenever they give you the entire alphabet, they might be hiding a cipher. I can't say this isn't going to be a cipher. I have no idea. This 9 is blocked out. Anyway, that is it for the yellow edition of Book of Bill. And that is a lot of fun. I really like that. Let's now move on. Okay, so if you didn't see the last video that we did, basically I went through and I decoded a bunch of things. And I've still got my trusty notepad here that I am going to keep using, because it's very helpful just to write down all your ciphers and everything that you've solved and stuff. I wanted to write them all on the PDF itself, but sometimes it's a lot easier to write things because then you can do drawings and arrows and stuff like that. It's just a lot more flexible in that regard. So we did we did all of the Bros Code cipher. We did A1Z26s. We did some Caesar ciphers, all of the Caesar 3 ciphers, so all of them that are 3 letters back or 3 letters forward. And then we tried at bash, but none of them, I don't think any of them were at bash. And then, where was I? And then we did the runes. Yes, then we did the runes. So all of those were relatively easy. There were obviously parts where it was quite difficult to figure out what letter is what, especially with the runes. We initially got it wrong, but then we got it. The Silly Straws page is going to be the bane of my existence, I can already tell, because we got one of the codes there, and then the others are not the same code, are not the same cipher. So I am very scared to decode the rest of that. That could probably be its own live stream, And we also, with the runes, we also went to the Gravity Falls intro, and we realized that the runes in Gravity Falls might actually be codes. I think they have actually made codes out of them, which is insane. So today, the first thing I want to try to do is the mug stains. We are so close, I think. I've been told, obviously, that mug stains are a thing in this book, and I spotted them. I spotted them by myself, by the way. It was pretty cool. I spotted these, and I was like, it's weird that they're going over different pages and stuff, and it's weird that they keep appearing everywhere. It's like somebody had this book before us and is placing the coffee on. But this is actually a cipher. This is actually something. And I think I'm pretty close with what I'm trying to do. So, as a reminder as to what I was trying to do, well, I need to go there anyway. So we take this page, the codes page, and we are going to take this circle right here. And this right here has all of the letters in the alphabet. And we're going to put it into Photoshop. And the first thing I'm going to do, actually, and this is something I probably should have done last time, is I'm going to take an ellipse. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to hold down Option and Shift so that it makes an actual circle. So this is an actual circle. I'm going to give it no fill, and I'm going to give it a red outline. Why not? And then make the outline big. And then what I want to do with this is I want to make sure, because obviously the pictures of the book were taken at an angle, I want to make these a bit stretchier. There we go. So that we have a perfect circle. It's not going to be a perfect circle, but it's a good circle of letters. There we go. That is a lot better. So what do we do with this? I think I figured out last time that what you do with it is you take the coffee stains. I have an idea what we could do. Sorry, I am very I get distracted easily. Let's remove this. Oh my god, go away, Photoshop. Rasterize. Take that out. Cool. Okay, and then we can make this bigger as well. Okay. Sorry, I'm going very official with all this. So, yes, what do you do? So, we're going to let's take the first coffee stain, because I have a feeling, my hypothesis right now is that we are going to get letters out of this, but what is one of these, like, what is one of these going to make? It's not going to make a phrase or anything. It's just going to give us like 3 or 4 letters. I wonder if maybe you put the letters in order and it will eventually spell out a phrase if you do all of the coffee mugs. So I think that's going to be my quest for today. We are going to take a screenshot of this. This looks pretty circular by itself, so I don't think I'll need to do many edits. We can put this here, put this underneath, and then we can compare. Here we go. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay. So the other thing I noticed, right, is we have some spots here. And what I think I'm noticing now that I'm seeing this one, and it's good that we're doing the first one first, because I think this will probably clear up a lot of things rather than, a lot of how the cipher actually works. Because I'm seeing 1 dot here, 2 dots here, 3 dots here, and then 4 dots here, I think. Is that a 4th dot? I think there's a 4th stain there. So I think maybe that's the order. So it's going to be a H, I, or J. I can't imagine it's going to be a J. So I think it's going to be H, I, S, his. Right? I'm not crazy, right? Oh my god, I think I got it. His, and then D. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. His D. That's a bit sus. His D, and then I'm going to underline that because that is from the first coffee stain. Okay, so now we just do that with every other coffee stain, if we can, and we figure it out from there. This is such a cool idea if this is how it's done. I love this. Oh my god, it's so weird how you can leave the book alone for a few days and then come back to it and start seeing new things. Look at this. This is what I'm looking for. Okay. We've probably missed this all the way through the book. How am I supposed to solve this? Look at how many different colors there are. And some of them are like different lengths and stuff. Okay, that is going to be the ultimate cipher. I have no idea where to start with that. I don't even know how I'm going to do that. How am I going to do that? Okay, some of these are going to be ridiculous, but we'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. Okay, I need to look out for coffee stains. See, when we were talking about coffee stains initially, the first thing I was thinking is maybe you have to look at the page number that each of the coffee stains are on. But then I realized there are no page numbers apart from page 77. It's really weird. There's no page numbers apart from Great Gatsby, of course. No coffee stains. Coffee stain. Okay. So this is probably where, oh my gosh, this is probably where my version of Book of Bill is going to come very in handy. I can go to this page and I can tell you where exactly the gaps are. Because unfortunately the pictures aren't always the best. Okay, this is a lot more clear. And I'm wondering if I can probably show you. Okay, so here it is. You can see there is a 1 down here, and then a 2, and then a 3. No, that's a 4, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really hard doing that backwards with my left hand. Yeah, so that is that. So I shouldn't have closed. I need that page. Okay, so I'm a bit scared for this one because it might be harder to see. Actually, it seems okay. All right, yeah, not too bad. So, we can also probably turn up the brightness, not up the brightness, turn down the brightness and turn up the contrast, and you can kind of see it a bit better. I'm a little bit concerned about this, but, you know, it should be fine. So we've got a 1 here with the I, so that's going to be an I, and then, yes, a 2, I think it's a 2 is an M, I think. That would make sense. Oh my god, here's the dimension. This is actually spelling something. This is crazy. This is so cool. So 3 is E, yeah, that makes sense, and then an N is 4 is N. Yeah, this is really cool, man. This is really, really cool. This is one of the coolest ciphers we've seen, 100%. It's not just a substitution cipher, it's an actual, like, physical, like, it's a physical cipher, and it's so, like, seamless, right? I always didn't give this too much second thought. Actually, if you didn't tell me in the comments about mug stains and stuff, I probably wouldn't have properly caught on. I think a big clue as well is on that code page, where it gives you the letters in a circle, and I was like, what can we put in the circle to give us, like, a cipher? And then eventually I got the answer, coffee stains. This is really cool. This is really cool. So his dimension is going to be, we only have his dimen, but we're getting there. So in theory, this one should say, wait. Oh no, maybe I've missed a coffee stain. Oh, please don't tell me. I'm expecting the next letter to be S, but, oh my god, I missed it again. I'm expecting the next letter to be S, but that, we know it's going to be like an N or something. Oh no, no, it's not working. Okay, why isn't it working? Did I miss one? I need to look so closely at every page. Is that one here? No, that's quite clean. Oh no! What's happened? I need to look in my physical copy, maybe. Oh, this is going to annoy me. Okay, well I can confirm in my physical copy of the book that this is the next mug stain, but it really, really concerns me that it's not going to be his dimension. I don't know what it's going to be now. Let's see. Okay, we zoom out a little bit. So we've got, I think if we put it in the middle here, it's always a little bit hard to tell. I think that's going to be his dimension. So, I don't know, man. There's not 2 N's in dimension. That's the thing. So we have an N, and then we have an O, I believe, and then a W. I think that's a W, and then a D, I think. So, that's interesting. It's interesting because I've got his dimen, as in like dimension but without the shin. It's missing 4 letters, so I must be missing a coffee stain. But I've got his dimen, now D. So I feel like it should be his dimension, now D. I'm wondering if it doesn't give us the shin, because we should just know that it's dimension of dimen. I'm wondering if that's maybe why. I don't know, I might be missing something. I could be missing something. I don't know. Let's just continue and see if anything else comes to light from this. Okay, it's going to be this coffee stain, which is going to be really hard. So, cipherstitions. Oh, I see. I'm noticing that we've got a 1 and a 3. It's the same letter. Okay, so the reason this one's going to be a bit harder is because it's really on an angle. So I need to try to make this. I need to push it this way a bit, I think, and then like that, maybe. That could work. I think that probably works. I'm seeing an E, a C, and an A. I think, which the E makes total sense. Like, there's definitely going to be 2 E's here. So I've got an E and then a C, and then an E and then an A. Oh, so maybe it's going to be his dimension now deceased, because I've got D, E, C, E, A. Okay, next stain. Said nobody ever. Guys, I hate myself. Why do I do this to myself? Nothing ever goes to plan when I'm recording these days. I completely forgot to change scenes, which means you've just been seeing my face for the past, like, 10 minutes as I try to do some coffee stains. But just so that you can fully see what I've been doing, I have made this hole in this circle, and then I have put the coffee stains. I think you saw the first one, but you didn't see this one, which is the second one. And then I got I-M-E-N from this. And then this one, I got N-O-W-D. And then this one, I got a D. Oh no, I got an E-C-E-A. So his dimen now DC. But I'm assuming it's dimension. We just don't have the shun. I'm really confused about that. I'm really confused. I feel like I should have a shun. I've clearly missed one of the coffee stains. And obviously because I completely didn't record, here's the first coffee stain, which was fine to find, right? And then no more coffee stains around here, no more, no more, no more. And then another coffee stain is here. This is imen. But then after that, you would expect another coffee stain somewhere around here to say shun, to finish off dimension. But there's no extra coffee stain. Unless there's one here. I'm not seeing a coffee stain. It's really confusing me. So the next coffee stain just has to be this one. And that one gives me now D. So yeah, his dimension now to C. Let's see if we can find the next one. Okay, the next one was here, which this is the one that we started with last time. And then we almost got somewhere, but I think, to be honest, this was probably one of the worst ones I could have started with because it's just kind of so vague and it's a little bit squished. So if I hold option, no, not option, if I hold shift and control, not control, command, MacBook users, okay, like that, and then shift, it goes a little bit more circular, and then I think we need to turn it a little bit, and then I think I have it, because obviously we want to align it so that the E is definitely present. And so I'm getting an S, E, S, D. No, S, E, D, S. S, E, D, S. S, E, D, S. Which means it is deceased, and then the next word is beginning with S. Whew! Okay, next one. Next one is here at the epilogue of this whole Thurbert thing. I'm seeing, I think, 2 N's in this. So let's have a look. This one should be a little bit easier. I think it is quite circular. So yeah, I'm seeing 2 N's. I'm seeing an E and an A. So we've got an N, oh, S and then N. I don't know about that. S, N, E, A, N. Oh. Again, I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, let's continue. Our next one is right here in this whole inkwell era. So we take a picture of that, we put it in, we do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So we get, ooh. This one's a little bit hard to tell. I think it's a B. And then a U. So I think it's a D. Oh no. Oh no, guys. I don't know if this is working. It's not working as I hoped, but maybe it will come up with something. So you got a D, E. Is that B, U, I think? D, E, B, U. I don't know. D, E, B, U. Debut. Are we sure that this one is 4? Oh no, it's not. It's debun. D-ub. D-ub? Are you kidding me? I'm so confused right now with what any of this is saying. Oh, this one is such a pain. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one. It's on such an angle. I guess I'm just gonna have to kind of guess, but like, I don't know how everybody else did it in the community, if that many people even did it. So I'm gonna have a look and see for myself. So I've got it here, right here. I'm not gonna switch to the other scene because I might not switch back again. So we've got one down there. So that could be an L or an M. I'm thinking it's more going to be an L. And then I would say I. So I'm going to say L, I. And then this one up here, I'm going to have to say D. Oh, it could be an E though. It could be an E. I actually don't know. I don't know. How can I do this? It looks like I think it's going to be a D. Actually, what's the context of the last letter though? R? If it's an R. Oh, this is so scuffed. I'm going to say ER. Blia. Oh, guys, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh, this is really painful. This is actually, like, this was so cool at the beginning, and now it is so painful because I feel like I might just be doing it wrong. And I don't even know. I don't even know. Next stain is here, guys. Clap your hands. Ah, frick off. Okay, we got an easy one. That's an N. P. I don't know how any of this can make any word in the human existence. Oh no. Okay. Well, it's not actually making anything, so I can't really say what it's making. But so far, here's what I gather from what I've got. His demen now deceased Sneen Diablia P. I must be doing this wrong. This coffee stain only has 2 on it, so maybe it's the end. I'm kind of hoping it's the end. No, this cipher is really cool. It's just the... Oh, to be fair, I've got the word peace at the end. I don't know how useful that is. Peace. I don't know. Unless the R was supposed to be lies in peace. I don't know. I don't know. Is that the end? Is that the end of our mug stains? If there's another mug stain in here, I am going to freaking flip. I don't think there will be. Because this is pretty much the end of the book anyway. Yeah. So that was the last mug stain. So, in all fairness, there's only 10 mug stains, which is good. It's good because it means that we're not going to have to redo every single bit of it if it doesn't look right. And a lot of this doesn't look right, so I might need to redo some of the middle part. I've got the word peace. I've got the word... Well, I've got his dimension now deceased. Wait, that all makes sense, actually, because I think this is probably going to rhyme. So his dimension now deceased. Something, 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 something in peace. I think that's my guess at the moment, but I'm going off of basically nothing. So I will see you in a minute when I figure something else out. Well, that's just not fun. So I'll be completely transparent with you. I have looked on the internet because I genuinely feel like I've gotten everything I can from the book. I looked on the internet and I just searched up like people. I'm trying not to look at the solution, but I'm looking at what people are saying about the mug stains and stuff. And apparently you had to go onto the Book of Bill website. This is not a page, or this is not a website.com.com. And you had to take the mug stains that are on the page. The thing is, now the page doesn't look like that. So I'm not currently able to solve it. So, for goodness sake, that annoys me so much. I get it, and it's really cool that they did that, but I wish the entire puzzle was in the book, because now this is like lost media. Books aren't lost media. Books are always going to stay as books. They're not going to fade away into... I mean, I guess this is always going to be here as well on Google Images, but like, I don't know. The fact that the website's changed and everything, and now I can't like solve it by myself, it's a bit stupid. But basically what's happening is I've got 10 mug stains from the book, and there are an additional 2 on the website, or what the website used to be. So there's one here, which I'm assuming is going to be my shun. It definitely looks like it's going to be a shun. There you go. There's a T. There's your I. There's your O. I mean, I don't think that should be an N, but... Oh, there you go. No, that should be an N. Yeah. Yeah, that works. So there's my shun. So... Oh, and it's spelled with an S. Yeah, so that's even better. Yeah, his dimension. So there you go. His dimension, now deceased. And then I've got an SNE. And then I've noticed and. So his dimension, now deceased, SNE. And then I've got EUBLIERN piece. Like, I have no idea. So let's have a look at the other one on here. And I'm hoping there's no more anywhere that I've missed in the book, or that I just can't get right now because like it's lost content. It's lost website content. So I'm gonna get this, but I don't necessarily know where it's gonna fit in my puzzle. So I've got a C, A, L, E. So if it goes after my 5th, it's going to be his dimension, now deceased, scalene. Scalene, like the triangle. Okay, that's good. So I think it works there, because it can't be ancaled, ubcale, yeah, kalen. It's got to be scalene. So his dimension, now deceased, scalene and EUB. I'm really stuck on this. Maybe I should revisit. That's definitely right. Like, we've definitely got the first part of this puzzle. I just don't know what comes after that. Oh yeah, this is where it started getting really funny, isn't it? This one. So this is my 7th, where we've got his dimension, now deceased, scalene and then it gets a little bit shaky here. So we know that this one has to be a D. Maybe this is it. Because that... it doesn't really fit, to be fair. Is that going to change anything? D, E... Oh, yeah, it does. D-E-U-C. U-C. So... Oh, Euclid! Wait. Yeah, because we were debating whether that's a D or an E. Euclid! Freaking hell. So his dimension, now deceased, scalene and Euclid. And then I don't understand the rest of it. RN peace? RN peace. Rest in peace? I'm done with this. I'm over it. This was so cool. This was such a cool cipher, and it got ruined. It got ruined by the fact that I can't get the other mugs. I don't even know where this other one is. I have no idea. Maybe I missed it in the book. I could have missed it in the book, to be fair. Let's have a look. So I know that the one before the last one, so this is the last one. This is the 9th right here. So there could be one here that I'm missing. Is there? It's very possible. I very easily miss things. Is there one there? It looks like there should be one here. No. Nope. 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 No. There is one here. Okay, that was just me. I'm sorry. I got mad. I shouldn't have got mad. So this should say, what should it say? It should be ESTI. ESTI. Give it to me and we are finished with this puzzle. ESTI. Okay. ESTI. So I'm seeing an E right there. This is number 1. Number 2 is S. Number 3 is going to be here, and then I. There we go. So the code, because I don't know if I'm going to edit this. I guess I'm going to have to edit all the words on screen so you can see what exactly I have at what moment. But I have his dimension, now deceased, Scalene and Euclid, rest in peace. So, So obviously Bill's cipher comes from the dimension Euclidia, I believe. I think it's Euclidia. And so his dimension now deceased means Euclidia is now dead. So Scalene and Euclid now rest in peace. Euclid is an actual person. What did Euclid do again? He was a mathematician. Euclid, often the father of geometry, was a Greek mathematician who lived around 300 BC. Oh, I think I know. I think I get it. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is a great code. So his dimension, now deceased, Scalene and Euclid, rest in peace. Euclid is the father of geometry, and Scalene is just, you know, it's a type of triangle. But either way, these are his parents. These are Bill's parents, I think. Because the father of geometry, the father of Bill would be Euclid. That makes a lot of sense. And then Scalene. Yeah, that makes total sense. What did Euclid actually do? His treatise, The Elements, which laid out foundation for Euclidean geometry. Yeah, so father of geometry. There we go. 13-book treatise. Rigorous system of mathematical proof. He seems to have a lot of like the base knowledge of elements. I don't know. Yeah, he seems to have been the founder of a lot of the base elements of geometry back in 300 BC. Man, oh my God. So there we go. There we go. I think that code told us about Bill's parents, which is really, really cool. It told us their names. I like that a lot. I actually really like that code a lot. Took a lot of work to get there. Don't ever want a cipher as complicated as that. To be honest, it wasn't that complicated. The only thing I'm really annoyed at is you had to go to the website to get 2 of the coffee stains. Why couldn't they have just put it in the book? Come on, man. Come on. But there you go. That is that. So that's our first cipher that we've solved today. On to the freaking next. Okay. Actually, something I do just want to say about that cipher that we just solved, the cipher text that we just solved, is when it says rest in peace, it doesn't say peace as in rest in peace. It doesn't say peace as in like peace be with you, like dove. It says piece as in like a piece of a... What do you have a piece of? A piece of me? You want a piece of me? There you go. You want a piece of me? Which I would assume, you know, it's like a geometry joke, I think. I think it's just like a geometry pun, which is really, like, I respect that. I respect that you put puns and stuff in codes, because it not only makes it satisfying to solve, but it makes it funny to solve. And I like that because it keeps me motivated to carry on. Okay, so that is that. He wiped out his own parents in Euclidia. Now, the next thing I want to do is probably going to be one of the biggest ciphers in this book, unfortunately. And so I want to get through it as quickly as possible, as much as you probably do, because I'm sure you don't like watching me just solving substitution ciphers all the time. I am going to solve these. So these are symbols that I recognize from quite a lot of places, actually. I believe it was actually initially in season 2 of Gravity Falls, and then it was in Dipper and Mabel's guide to everything and whatever, and then it was in Journal 3. I believe, and fingers crossed, this is going to be the same cipher as Journal 3, and so in order to do this, I'm going to bring Journal 3 up. Now, in case you don't follow, this is the page that I mean in Journal 3. So this gives you all of your symbols and all of your letters. So, for example, number 1 is this one, a little jar with 2 tomatoes in it, and that is going to be your A. And then number 2, where's number 2? It's going to be a triangle, so that's going to be B. So I think, and fingers crossed it's going to be the same, I think that it's going to be that. So let's begin with this 9, for example. This 9 thing. This 9 thing is a 25. Oh no. Oh no. No, don't say it ain't so. Say it ain't freaking so. Oh my god. Thank goodness. I think I've just been saved. Here, I think. Okay, please. Fingers crossed. Oh my god, there it is. That's an R. That's an R. And then the next one is an N. And it's going to be an E. Yes. And then the next one is 2 things on top of each other. M, and then an E, and then an M, and then a B, a B, and then an E, and then an O. Yes. And then what does it say? U, S. Remember us. Okay. So this comes from Dipper and Mabel's Guide to Mystery and Non-Stop Fun. I can't believe I forgot this. Well, I didn't forget it because I did just say it before. But this is a different cipher altogether, and one that you get by going to another website. So I can't believe they brought this back, and it means there might be a mix of codes, and I hate that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay, fine. This is bad. This is very bad. Okay, so far on this one, I've got let him in and then that's it. So this is quite interesting. So this power symbol is B. And then this 9 is an R, we've already established. And then the N is an E. Let him in and breed. No, I don't want him to breed. Please, no. Please, no. Bread. Okay, and break. Let him in and break. Oh, is it going to be like what Stanley did in the finale, where he let him into his mind and then used the memory laser gun? There was never a laser. I don't know why I said laser. T, and then H, and then it's going to be an E, and then an S. Okay, I'm starting to remember the letters on this cipher. these, and then I've gone A, and then L, power symbol B, and an N is an E. And then the triangles is a T. The thing is, I think this one goes down horizontally as well, so that's not great. That's not very fun, but I guess it will be a cool code. Okay, and then this one is going to be an N. Let him in and break these able tween. Is that right? I don't know if that's right. Let me decode the rest and then I'll get back to you. Oh, I'm so stupid. I've written down, let him in and break these able tweenwiums fiction and what's real. And I'm like, that makes absolutely no sense. And I'll be right, because instead it's let him in and break the seal. And then I haven't got the rest of it, but bet we enwiums fiction and what's real. Between. Between. It literally says between on my page. I can't believe I didn't say between. So let him in and break the seal between what's fiction and what's real. Except I don't have what's. Why don't I have what's? What's fiction? Yeah, I agree that should be what's fiction. I don't know how I messed that one up so badly. But yeah, let him in and break the seal. Let him in and break the seal between what's fiction and what's real. There we go. Okay, we got that eventually. That one took me quite a long time, which is quite sad. Again, these colors, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I have the mental capacity. I'm thinking with these, like, I'm thinking a lot of them could be this cipher, of course. A lot of them could even be this cipher, and I wouldn't be too mad. So what I think I might do is, at least for now, I might put this one to bed, and we can do these ones on stream, because a lot of this right now, what I'm doing is I'm just sat in complete silence, just sitting here and trying to solve, and it's really boring. So I wanna decode while you guys are chatting, and we can listen to some music and chill and stuff. So I think that's going to be one of the ciphers that we're going to go through the whole book with in a stream. Just like this, it'll probably be set up exactly like this, and we will have some fun. But for now, that's all I'm going to do, I think. We've got remember us and let him break the seal between what's fiction and what's real. So some cool stuff there. Now, to be honest, I don't know where to go from here, and that's a bit concerning. The thing that I'm really clearly seeing all around is, you know, we have this code down on the right-hand side, and that is just something I've never seen before, and I wouldn't know how to solve at all. And then down the side here, we've got another code, but not only is it something I've never seen before, it's not even the same as this code on the right. Like, these are two completely separate ciphers, and that baffles me because I don't know where to find either of them. So, I'm a bit scared it might be a case of actually going on the website and exploring the website and seeing if we can find the answer to these. So I know there are two weird symbol ciphers. And then in addition to that, I think there's a color cipher, which we could probably try and do something with that, but I have no idea how to begin with that. So that's annoying. And then there might be some other color things that I've missed because I haven't looked too deep into like all the glitches and stuff. But that's where I'm at right now. Like, I think we have most of the ciphers done. We've obviously got a lot of the Journal 3 cipher to go. But we've still got 2 weird symbol ciphers, a color cipher. But I do want to try some other things in this book to have a little bit of a break from the decoding. Now, I might be completely wrong about this, but I am really, really hopeful that this is a barcode cipher. Now, I don't know much about how barcodes work. The thing I do know, or the thing I at least guess, is that barcodes work on binary code. And so you see each black line, each of those represents, I would think, a 1. It could be a 0, but I would think a black represents a 1. And so every time you see a black, it's a 1. So right here, we would actually have 1, 0, 1, 0. And then I think this would be 3 blacks. So 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. I don't know if we can decode that as binary, but I am sure there is somewhere on the internet where you can scan an actual barcode and it will give you what... Like, I don't know what it will give you, actually. I don't know if it will take you to a website. Like, is it like a QR code? It might be like a QR code, because I think even that works similarly to this. Let's have a look and see if we can find like a barcode scanner online or something. Barcode scanner online. Oh, you can open the camera? Oh, I might actually do that. I might do that. That would be actually very helpful. Okay, allow this time. Allow. Oh my god, it's me! Hello! I'm not a barcode, but I have some barcodes in here that I would love. I would freaking love to solve. I need to go and turn a light on. Okay, that is way better. Right, let me go through the Book of Bill and let's see the first... Yes, so here we go. So, barcode here. Will that do anything? Huh. 9780997025491. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's just giving me the number. You see the number below the barcode? That's what it's giving me. It's not giving me anything else. Okay. So that's unfortunate. But there are other barcodes in here. For example, this one on this magazine. Barcode. Oh my god! Oh my god! I cannot believe that worked. I can't believe that worked. That is insane. It says, "Hey nerd." It says, "Hey nerd." How does that work? Wow. I don't know how that works. That's really clever. I like that a lot. There was another one as well. There was another barcode. I think it was on the heart. So it's when he's talking about his lovers or whatever. Or just love in general. And it's a big picture of a heart. Wait, was there another one? I'm going to be looking through this entire thing, just making sure we're not missing any barcodes. Oh my gosh, I just found another rune code. Okay, we can go back to that after the barcodes. And we can also do the music code, potentially, if that is anything. Right, let me scan this on this page. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Nope. No. That's nothing. Okay, let's just try one more time. And get the light right in there. Oh, this is hard. This is hard to do with one hand. Ah! Okay, here we go. Oh, one hand wonder. Here we go. I'm like a father or something. You know, like a good father. Oh my gosh. Give me a different output. Clearly it's not liking it. I'm hoping it's not just a case of it can't, you know, like zoom. It's not working at all now, which is kind of weird. Oh, it's giving me a bit of a, you know, it's working my arms a bit, holding this book up to my camera. Okay. You must be able to get that. Oh, come on, man. Does it need to be lighter in here? Okay, 1 minute. The lighting is going to be really bad in here for a few minutes, but it will be for the greater good. Give me it. Give me it. Give it to me. Give it to me now. Oh, come on, that must be it. Give me the code. Okay, I genuinely think there is nothing. It is very small, to be fair. It's very small. Is there anything else in here? There might be. I really hope there is, because that "Hey Nerd" is one of the funniest things ever. I'm so glad I did that. Like, there's things like that where, like, it could be real, and so it's definitely going to be real. It just, like, there's no other option. Okay. Any others? I've just had a moment of realization. See those symbols in Cypher's eye on this page? Those look like some of the symbols from that cipher that we just don't have any clue on. I'm starting to think it's all going to come from the website. Like, after how that mug cipher went, it's got to be on the website, man. Unfortunately, that is actually it for the Book of Bill barcodes. Apart from the actual barcode itself, what does it say? Does it just give me a number? Man, this isn't very good. Oh, damn it. It just gives me the number. Yeah, it just gives me the number underneath. God darn it. Okay. Well, that's that. That was pretty cool stuff, though. Or should I just say a pretty cool thing? That was a pretty cool thing. So that was there. It was really funny. Hey, nerd. Okay. So next thing I want to do is I want to figure out what this music is. Where is it? Is it here? No. It's here. Free xylophone. Grab a tiny hammer and play this. I'm pretty sure this is just going to be a major scale, or a minor scale, but I can check. Okay, I think this is what I'm looking for. I can't read sheet music. I do play guitar and stuff, but you know, I only see chord diagrams and stuff like that. I don't often see. Ignore the fact that it says guitar here. I don't often see sheet music. Although I really do want to learn to play piano. I think it would be so cool. So what I have is, I mean, it is just going up, right? So this is, it's on the line, and it's 2 down. So it's an A. So it goes A, B. Yeah, it's literally just A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, A. 2 A's. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Yeah, that's literally it. So I think it is literally just, like, if you got a xylophone, I don't have a xylophone to show you, but if you got a xylophone and went ding, 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 that's literally what it would sound like. Okay. Now, to be completely honest, I don't really know what to do from here. I feel like a lot of the ciphers that we can't do quite yet are actually going to be solved by going onto the website and by typing in some stuff. I don't want to go onto the website just yet. So we still have two weird symbol ciphers, color cipher, and we still have the silly straws. So I think in an upcoming stream, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to figure out the silly straws, and we're going to try to figure out we're going to try and do the rest of the Journal 3 ciphers. And I think that that is going to be stream content, and that's going to be some fun. But then everything else, I feel like, is going to come from the website, because I don't see anything in the book that indicates, like, this is your alphabet, this is your cipher. So, with that being said, I don't want to end the video here. Obviously, I still... Also, weirdly, I keep seeing 333 now, and I don't know what's going on. What's happening? I keep seeing 333. Weird. That is the second time we've seen it today. Anyway, what I was going to say is, I really want to think about... I really want to go onto the website once we've done that stream, because I think that's where I'm going to find the rest of the cipher stuff. However, there is one thing I think I can do, and that is, it's going to be insane, but this page right here could give us everything we need to solve this cipher. And it starts with Bill cipher, because first of all, the only character on here we know for sure is Bill cipher. This we might know the name of, potentially. But this we know for sure is Bill cipher. His name is Bill cipher. This says Bill cipher. So if I draw out these symbols, I can probably map them to the alphabet. And I think we're going to do this in Photoshop. So what do I mean? Well, if I do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, and then I go down to N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, I can try to draw these symbols out and see, I don't like it squished, and see if I can get anything out of it, right? So B, we know for sure, is going to be this symbol. Do I want to draw it out, or do I just want to copy the symbol into this? I guess I can just copy the symbol into that. That's probably going to be easier. So this is a B. Oops, wrong layer. Get your layers right. Ozone. Okay, what is happening? I need to rasterize. What has always happened to me? It's because I'm taking screenshots and putting them in. So a box with a triangle is a B. An electric Z is an I. A weird P is an L. This is a C. Whatever the frick this is. This we've already got, CI. This is a P. 3 lines is a P. And then we know that this is a H. And then a very important one, because E is the most common letter in the English alphabet, I guess. So E, or not alphabet, but, you know, in our vocabulary, E is the most common letter. And then this, we know, is an R. So already you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different letters. That is literally like a third of the alphabet that we've gotten from just Bill cipher. So thank you, Bill. So what I want to try and do now is go to the others and see if we can figure out if they have any English words in them that we can then gather based on contextual clues and stuff. So, for example, this guy, don't know his name. I probably should know his name, but I don't know his name. So his name has got a B. So we can see there's a B here, right? But then what else? Oh, a B-E. Okay. How do I do this? So this is an E. From there. This is a H. Is this going to say the? I think that might say the. Yeah, because there's an E here as well. So see, just from context of what this is going to say, we now have a new letter. We have the. So there we go. A T is ironically like a pickaxe, like an actual T. So what is this going to say though? The something. Oh no, that's a pickaxe. This is a T. What we've just discovered. So it's going to be the something. The B. And the thing you've got to remember about this is it can't be any of the letters that we've already seen. So it might be a bedat, a bedot, bedut, befat, befot, befot, begat, begot, begot, bekut, begot, bekut, bemot, bemot, bemat, benat. Oh my god! I figured it out! I figured it out! I've got it! It's the beast! The beast! Oh my god. It's the beast. That's so funny. I love freaking brute forcing things. It's so much fun. It's so much better than just... that's so good. Okay. So this guy's, first of all, we've got an A and we've got an S, which is huge because those are two huge letters in the alphabet as well. So there we go. We have those. But secondly, I mean, this guy's called the Beast. I would love a whole series about the Beast. That's terrifying. That's terrifying that it's such like an innocent smile dip dog and it's called the Beast. It's so scary. Okay. So that's that. What else can we solve? This guy looks like we can solve it. This guy's called like Mirror or something because it's got a double S in it. Okay. So let's go back here. So I'm going to write Theraprism page, and then I'm going to show, or not show, but I'm going to write that we've got Bill Cipher. Maybe I should do it. Oh my gosh. You don't care because you can't see what I'm writing, but Bill Cipher is top right, and then we've got 3 below that, and then 3 below that, and the one to the right is called the Beast. That is so funny. Okay. So let's get rid of these layers. Not those. Not those. Okay, that though. And then let's merge all that. All right. Cool. On to the next one. I think this one should be relatively easy. We have an E, 2 S's. So let's actually do this. We got an E, 2 S's, and then an I, and then a C, and then an A. So I think it's going to be Jessica. Would that make sense? I think, because we don't have a J yet, and this is the only letter we don't know. Jessica is a common name. Jessica. So I'm assuming what's going to happen here is that All of these are going to be very normal names. You know, you've got Jessica, you've got Bill, you've probably got like Stan, or not Stanley, that's a bad example. You've got like Finley and Tom and Hannah and stuff like that. And then the Beast. All of these that look terrifying are going to have really stupidly cute names. So this one I think is just Jessica, which means we now have a J, which, you know, a J, I could have done with something better there, but still, we solved that one. So we got a J. Cool. Jessica. All right. This is so much fun. This is so much fun. I recognize a lot of these characters. So this guy is like a upside down triangle with 3 heads. Looks very scary. Diagnosis, alchemyholism. So he's like a witch or something, and he is diagnosed with alchemyholism. I hope he gets the help he needs. Okay. So here we go. So let's start off with what we do have. And this is the best way to brute force, by the way. The best way to brute force is to get loads of different words. Like, the more words and phrases that you have, the better. So we got an E, which is surprising, and then a T. It's going to be like Etienne or something. E-T-E. Oh. And then an R. Eternal. Something. We don't have that one. But then we have an A. So I'm thinking it's an N. And then we have the side A. Yeah, eternal something. But we don't know what that one is. So I'm happy to say that this, or I'm happy to assume, because a lot of the time in brute forcing, you've actually just got to make loads of assumptions. And if it's wrong, then you just have to go back. And it's quite annoying, but that's how brute forcing works. So E-T-E-R, I think this is going to be an N. I'm assuming it's an N because it's eternal. So that's the whole thing. But can that be another word? Eternal, etergal, etercal, eternal, eterqual, eterval. Yeah, it's got to be an N. And then this has got to be a vowel, right? Eternal law? Eternaler. Yeah, I would probably agree that this has got to be an O or a U. I just don't know which one. So let's for now put it as an O because I feel like that makes more logical sense. But it could be a U. We need to remember that could be a U. And that sort of scares me a little bit, but I think we'll be good. Okay, let's do this one. Dimensional deficit disorder. It's ring face. It's clearly ring face. He's the ring master. Yeah, that's him. That's his name. So this is going to be an S. And then we know this one. It's a P. And then we know this one. H. Oh, okay, so sphere or something. Yes, it's going to be sphere. Then we don't know that one. Interesting. And then this is an O or a U. At first, I'm going to put an O. And then an N, which we just figured out. And then I would assume these 3 stars is going to be something. And then if you can hear a bell in the background, that's because it's just turned 10 p.m. As per usual, I'm recording a lot later than I usually do. Okay. I'm a bit lost on this one. Sphere on sphere. The thing is, this could be anything, right? Sphere on I think this one is going to be more useful. Spheremonger. Spheremonger. Fearmonger. Is a fearmonger a thing? Yeah, a fearmonger. A fearmonger is someone who intentionally tries to make people afraid of something, often by exaggerating potential dangers or negative outcomes, sometimes for personal gain. And then look, dimensional. Okay, never mind. It doesn't fit in. But I think this is fearmongerer, which is a really, really funny pong. Pong? It's a really funny wordplay. It's a really funny pun. So that would make this an M and the stars a G. There we go. Now, notice how all of the letters we have left, apart from maybe U and Y, D, like notice how all of them aren't really used all that often in names, or I don't know about names, but like in common English words and stuff. So there you go. So we have spheremonger. That's just so funny. Hopefully all of the others are going to be puns and stuff. We've got spheremonger, eternal law. I don't know if that's right. I mean, it has to be right at this point because all of my letters are right. Eternal law, I don't know what that means. Bill Cipher, Jessica and the Beast. Okay, so we got 4 to go. And I really like this. Maybe this is a thing that you just have to brute force. Maybe it is, you know. Because this is really, I wouldn't say it's easy to brute force, but this is on the easy side of brute forcing. Because you just take Bill's cipher, you see which characters have these letters, and you just keep going from there, and you just build a portfolio of letters. You know, I don't know. This one says cured, ready to reincarnate as butterfly. So I'm thinking maybe like caterpillar or something. But like, I don't know, like he's got pins in his head. He looks like very fleshy on his head. So let's see what this one could be. Here we go. So the first letter is P. Not a great start. And then an A, and then an I, and then an N. This is pain, great. Pain, G, and then O, and then it's going to be a, what is this? Oh, an R. Pain, Paingorio. I don't know what this like weird 5 is. Oh, and I don't know what the arrow is. Oh no, an arrow is an S. Paingorious. So that's going to be a U. Oh my gosh. This is so much fun. This is so much fun. I wish there were more series which made things like this. This is so much fun. I don't think this is going to be anything else. Paingorios. Goriods. Paingoriois. Yeah, I don't think that this can be anything else. So there you go. Paingorious. Welcome to the party, my friend. I wish they were more related. Like, I wish these were clues to what they are called, but they're not. They have got nothing to do with it. Bro is a cube. Bro has delayed cubity, so I think it's only fitting that he goes next. Don't ask why. Here we go. And then we know that this first one will be a T, and then a H, and then an E. So this one is another the. And then we have the side eye, which is an L. The 2 triangles is an O. The stars is a G. The weird thing is that, an I. The Logitech. UB. Oh. The Logicube. Oh yeah, this is a C. Sorry. So that's given us no new letters, but we now know that that's called the Logicube. It's unlikely we're actually going to get any of these letters because they're just so uncommon in English. So that one is related to cubes. So there you go. This one, riddle addiction. What is this going to be? I see S. Let's just do it normally. S, H. Man, I'm going faster than I can do things in Photoshop. S-H-A. I don't know what this one is, but we can figure it out. And then O, Shalom? Is it shalom? R, and then a G. Shadorg, Shaforg, Shakorg, Shakworg, Shavorg, Shaworg, Shaxord, Shayorg, Shazorg. I'm thinking Shadorg the most. Shadorg. Oh yeah, because it's like a shadow. It's like a shadowy figure. I'm gonna say Shadorg. But that could be completely wrong. Although at this point, it doesn't really matter, because if I get a letter wrong, I will realize later on and I will be able to fix it. So there you go. So that's that. Then we've got this guy, and he's like a tentacle fella. He's got octoparanoia. Hope he gets the help he needs. And this guy's name is M.R. Mr. Cool S-I-S-S-S-I-L-L Mr. Silly. It's Mr. Silly. Of course it is. Of course it is. Right. So then I can do this. Yay, we solved it, guys. We did Theraprism. Let's go. I thought that page was going to take long. I thought it was going to take a while. I thought we were going to get the cipher first, and then we were going to have to solve all of it, and it was just going to be long and boring. But that was actually a lot of fun in the end. This is why I actually prefer brute forcing a lot of the time, because it's actually a lot of fun just to see like the patterns that letters make and things. It's basically its own puzzle in its own right. So that was a lot of fun. That is what we've got for our cipher. Now, I believe that this isn't the end of all of that, like all of these letters, all of these symbols. I believe more of these symbols exist within this book. So we're going to go through and we're going to solve the other codes in this book that are to do with that. None of those. Yes! It's this one! Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness we've got one of them. Okay, so we've got one of the weird symbol ciphers. We have it. So we've only got one weird symbol cipher left. This alchemy one on the right. I don't know where to get the alchemy. Unless it's in the show. Surely not. Surely it's not in the show. I don't know. Let's take this and just do the same thing that we've been doing, because then I don't also have to animate it on the screen. So it's actually very useful for me as well. Okay. So this we're going to have E. I don't know what that letter is, but then there's an E, and then this is an N. So I think that's an even, right? Even, F and E can, yeah, that's definitely even. So there you go. Let's take this symbol, which is a cool looking symbol, and that's a V. Looks a lot more bland compared to the other symbols, but that's okay. Even, and then what is this going to be? H-I, that's an S. Even his. So it's good. It's great that this is working. It's great. Even, what is going on? I don't know what happened there. Even his L-I-E-S. Even his lies are true. No. Even his lies are lies. Oh. Even his lies are lies. What? That's a weird one. That's breaking my head. At least we got a V from that. I'm not complaining too much. Even his lies are lies. That's a paradox, isn't it? That's a paradox. I think. Because if a lie is a lie, then it must be true, but then it's no longer a lie. Meaning it's a lie. Oh, I don't know. Oh no, it's when you say this statement is false then it all breaks. I don't know. Cool. So there's that. What is... Okay, I think I can delete that and then merge all of these. Cool. This was such a good idea, guys. This was such a good idea. It sped up everything. Okay, so we can solve all of these today, and then I think that will be the end of the video, because I don't actually know how long I've been recording for, but it could be a lot longer than I thought. Any here? Nope, we've already solved that. Color cipher is going to be the end of me. It's going to be the end of me. We're going to be freaking eye-dropping colors in Photoshop and seeing, like, comparing hex codes and things. Man, imagine if you're colorblind and trying to do this. I mean, I could be colorblind and I might just not know it. Okay. We're looking for strange letters. And I think I've seen quite a few. I think maybe even the name of the guy from Atlantis. I think even his name might be in that Theraprism font or symbol cipher. There's also a code on this butterfly we mustn't forget in the live stream to decode. And there's also the one on the snake. So that's that. It looks like there should be a code here, but there isn't. There's none on here. I've checked a million times. Nothing on here. Yes. There's some runes here that we need to solve. I think I will wait for the stream to do that, though. Aha. Down here. So this is on the page about what is a human. So we've got the human body and your sad, feeble eyes. They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but all I found in this human's eye is goo. You sad humans can't even see my favorite colors. So-called optometrists say that these colors don't exist, but those guys are all being paid off by bees and mantis shrimps so they can hoard the flashiest shirts. Teach the controversy. Okay. And then this very long code here. This might give us our remaining letters. But at this point, it doesn't really matter because we've got 90%, or not 90%, but 80% of the letters. So let's do this. We start off with a cheeky little M, and then we move into a Y. Let's shrink this font a little bit. 18. Yeah, my, and then O. What is that? What is that? Is that a, I think that's a P. Yes, it's a P and then a T. My optometrist. Yeah. My optometrist said, I think, no, never. My optometrist never says, maybe. What is that? Okay, I don't know what that symbol is. Do I? Do I know what that symbol is? No. There's no circle yet. I don't know. I don't know what that is yet. Saffit, Sackit, Sackwit, saw it. Yeah. My optometrist never saw it. COMMIN. Oh, my optometrist never saw it coming. That's a funny one. That's a really funny one. My optometrist never saw it coming. Again, I love it when you decode something and it's just a pun. It's just a pun. Human body. Okay. What a fascinating thing. My optometrist never saw it coming. We did get a W from that. Again, not that it really matters. because we have 80% of the letters, but I may as well do it for completion's sake. There we go. Yeah, I bet none of this was supposed to be brute forced, but so I apologize for any of you who are waiting for me to get to the actual to see the cipher. See the cipher. That sounds like Caesar cipher. That's funny. I'm such a nerd. Yeah, I'm sure some of you are waiting for me to get to the cipher solution, but I will still get to it. I will still see it eventually. I think it's just on the website, unless it's in the book and I've just completely missed it. You can let me know. Also, I never realized he was surfing on blood. I'm so stupid. No, no, no. Nothing in the mirror dimension. The bane of my existence right here. That's what my stream is going to be called when we eventually get to Silly Straws. The bane of my existence. That's a fitting title, right? I get it. By the way, look. It's covering something. It's covering the axolotl. This is the axolotl's frills. That's so interesting. That is so interesting. I legit just noticed that, and that's that. So weird. Okay. It looks like the next place I go to is here, which might be interesting. Oh, it's quite hard to see. Oh, no, I can see it. So this is about Bill Cipher's early years. So this could be an interesting one to decode. So we start off with the two triangles, the elevator symbol, as I call it now. I might have to, I think it's 1. I think it says 1. One-eyed, one-eyed beast? No. One-eyed, what is that? Is that, it's something I-N-G. One-eyed thing? I'm not seeing the H for that. One-eyed... Help. One-eyed ling? Ming. What? Oh, I know. Right, it's really hard to see, but I mean, to be honest, that is just it. Like it is just like a weird boomerang kind of shape. It's not any of these letters. I think it's going to say one-eyed king, actually. I can't believe I've missed that, by the way. Why did I not? I went with fing, like finger, like what? Quing, zing. But no, it's king. So one-eyed king. That's pretty cool. That's a cool one. Let's note down that, like, I'm not going to copy that because it's like so low quality. But I'm going to try to draw it. This can go only incorrectly. Okay, why is my thing not showing up? I don't know. So it's like this, and then it's got a little arrow on top, like that. There we go. That's my take on it. Okay, let's connect these two. All right, we're doing good. Man, this whole part could be a whole video. God. I don't believe it. We have a cipher. We have some cipher text with a finger. A finger? No way. Yes, the finger is covering the cipher text, but it's fine because I have the book. Yay! So let me go to the page and then we can refer to the page. Here we go. The shaman page. Which hench maniac? Okay. Which hench maniac ratted me out? Oh, is it going to be that? Me Yeah, it's gonna, yeah. Oh, that's a deep one. Oh, because we're on the shaman page. Okay. Which hench maniac ratted me out? That's such an interesting one. So the page that we're on for this is the shaman. Mr. Wise Guy apparently got cold feet after having a vision of how my realm liked to party, just as I was sending out the invite. No! Is it the Oracle? Did the Oracle rat him out? And that's why the Oracle is crossed out? No. Not important. It could be. That's my running theory at the moment. I do think the Oracle is Bill's ex still, potentially, because he says too many eyes, and it's like that's something you would say to your ex. My ex had too many eyes. True for me. I'm kidding. The shaman, I think, yeah, because I think he got cold feet after having a vision of how my realm liked to party, just as I was sending out invites to my first Weird Mageddon. Yeah. And I think the Oracle, because the Oracle speaks for the Axolotl didn't want a Weird Mageddon. Weird Mageddon sends you to Theraprism. We know that. So the Axolotl didn't want a Weird Mageddon, so the Axolotl spoke through the Oracle. The Oracle told the shaman about Bill's cipher, and Bill's cipher was like, bro, why are you getting cold feet? You were supposed to give me, why did I told him how to speak moves and cool dance? Why did he, oh, my first ever human pal. Yeah, so he leapt at the offer to build a gateway. So he was the first one to build. Oh, he was not necessarily the first portal attempt, but the first human portal attempt, I think. But it went very south very quickly, and he got cold feet because of the Oracle. Now I think we now know. I think that might be what it's implying, but it might not be. That's really cool. Really, really cool. I like that a lot, if that is the implication there. I don't know. It might be. It might not. Probably more likely not than it is, but there should be one coming up soon, I think. Here we go. Right here. But before that, is there anything here? I don't think so. So this one we can probably just do is a DARYLL. Daryl. Unfortunately, before I could strike a deal with Emperor Glueblack of Atlantis, he decided to start an undersea war with Daryl, Lobster Lord of the Deep. Nice guy, but very political. For God's sake. So bro is called Daryl. Bro was associated with a dude called Daryl underwater who is building his Atlantis portal. Great. Fantastic. That's so great. I'm so glad that we solved that code. Okay. Any more? Any more for any more? I actually don't think there are any more. I mean, there could be. You know, there's always more codes than I think. But I don't remember ever seeing any more. Oh, that's right. We still need to solve the dagger. I assume that's just going to be a different Caesar. Or something. I don't know what else it could be. It's very, unless it's just nothing. It could just be there as a red herring. But, you know, I know Alex Hirsch. And Alex Hirsch wouldn't do that. Absolutely not. Yeah, I'm not seeing any more of this cipher. So we should be good. Yeah, so there's one here, but it also just says Daryl because it refers to Daryl. So my big bet on Earth was starting to look like a bad hand. Every human partner had double-crossed me, gone crazy, or melted from portal radiation. I was toying with the idea of giving up and blowing the horn that summons Daryl to rise from the ocean and drown humanity in brine when I suddenly felt a shiver through my entire body and started laughing. Good thing Ford existed, otherwise Daryl, we would see the wrath of Daryl. God, I do not want to see that. There might be some in the Journal 3 part, actually. Oh my gosh, there is. Okay, I know that says Bill. That says Bill. Okay, let's have a look. So already we've got a letter here that I don't know, but I think it's going to be an F because this is an I, so it might be if. So I'm assuming it's if, and then it's going to be LOS. If lost, RE. I'm starting to like do this off by heart now. Return to Bill. If lost, return to Bill. Whoa, weird. That's a weird one. Okay, let me draw out this F. Oh, look how good that is. That's so accurate. If lost, return to Bill. Okay. So what page is this on, actually? Yeah, this is on the page about my muse and me. So this is, of course, the part, or it was a part where he was very naive and Bill is his muse, right? So it makes sense that he would say at this point, that Bill Cipher, like return to Bill if lost. Really, really interesting stuff. Oh my gosh, guys, I think that might be it. No! Okay, this one, is that Rune? That one's Rune. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think these ones actually could be something to solve in the streams. Because I think we've done everything else to do with what are we calling this code? I guess we could call it the Theraprism code. But everything else to do with this code has been decoded. Happy days. Oh, happy days. I swear to God, this is the last one. It's almost 11 p.m. and I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. All right. So this is going to be I can't find it. Wait. I don't even know that one. Okay, so then we've got something U S and then I guess that's a T. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, and then an I and then a C. E. Justice. Oh wait, we do already have a J. Oh my gosh. See, I'm just so tired that I can't solve these anymore. Oh, that's hard to see. But I'm assuming it says Justice 4. Yeah, it says Justice 4. Justice 4. And then what does that say? C R-I-M. Wait, is it C? Yeah, C-R-I. Oh! There's an S. It's going to be Scrimbles, isn't it? Is that his name? B-L. Yeah, Justice for Scrimbles. I love that came back. Scrimbles. Scrimbles was near the beginning of the book. Where was Scrimbles? He was somewhere around here, I think. Here! This is Scrimbles. Keep reading, Scrimbles dies. Stop reading, Scrimbles lives. I think I've killed Scrimbles about 100 times now. And I'm not killing him anymore today. I am leaving it there today. Guys, I have no idea what's happened to my camera. And I think it's been like that since barcode. I hate everything. I hate everything. I've been recording for 3.5 hours, and I bet 2 of those hours were like this. So I'm really sorry for those circumstances. I'm sure I put a sorry in the editing. I'm just so done today. It all went on a decline after that stupid mug puzzle. All right, I'm gonna end it today. Subscribe so you can see when I will be live streaming the rest of the code breaking, and then we will get onto the website and stuff. So yeah, I will see you then. Goodbye.